Welcome to this, the only video I've ever done on this subject, and that is looking at and rating different controllers from different game consoles. Now I'm going to put a big warning out there. I'm not doing anything with PC. I do play on PC. In fact, just earlier I was playing the Metro 2033 since, it's free on the Epic Game Store. Oh, what's going on with my hair? Yeah, it was free on the Epic Game Store for this month, so I bought it, just like I did bought it, it was free. Just like I was playing Batman Arkham series and a bit of the Lego series, because I really like those games, especially the Batman ones. But nothing PC, because even though I do game on PC, I feel like it's because we're using things that are strictly used for gaming, or strictly used for a console that is used mostly for gaming. So no stuff like PCs or anything that people who don't game can use. Okay, and we are first going to start with older to newer stuff. First, we're starting with the Nintendo GameCube controller. Okay, now currently I do not own any of the actual original controllers for the GameCube. I have an original silver GameCube, which I'm going to go bring in real quick. Alright, so here I have the original GameCube, and now we're not looking at actual ones. I was going to show this. This is of course the memory stick. I have two. Just don't put in the second one, I don't want to get mixed up. Okay, the stand, all the stuff, the back that I had to unplug. And I've had this since I was a kid, and I found it probably last year, maybe the year before, in my attic. And of course, I basically played like 2 games on this, which is, multiple games, which is mostly either Legend of Zelda games or Hitman 2. Sadly, that's not the new one. Okay, yep, we have the, looks like I've been playing Wind Waker recently, because I played this just last week, I think. Yeah, the middle does not look good. It looks scratchy, kind of like, especially in around the ring, it looks like it has some little gel, rusty stuff. I had no idea. I got this at GameStop, or I ordered it from GameStop. And we're just going to put that back. But the thing else I'm having trouble with is, since I couldn't find any original controllers, I had this one controller which I got at GameStop with Link's Awakening, just in case, my brother and I wanted to play a multiplayer game. I got one. So you have a GameStop controller, which is white. Differences are, it has an extra little button up here. It's got a little light here, GameStop of course. And it has slightly more straight lines, but when you go over here with closest thing I could find, see the handles are a lot thinner, much more thin. You actually have the no extra one right here, no logo, no light, just regular thing. This is what you will use. Okay, now the Nintendo GameCube, and moving on, we have the PlayStation. Because I don't own that many consoles. I ordered a PS2 not too long ago, but again, I don't have all the consoles anymore. Moving on, PS4. Okay, and over here we have a PS4 controller. This is my camo. I have a gold one in the back along with the black that came with my console. I'm not going to unplug my console and bring it in here because every time I take it out from the charger and plug it into the wall, I always have this chance where I'm going to have to put in this update through a USB drive, and it just erases my entire hard drive. And there's some games that keep it automatically, some games that have it their storage downloaded to the cloud, and then there's just some games that they just go poop. I had Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time I got it. I was on like a few missions away from Red Dead Redemption. I don't know what the last mission is called. 2 missions away from it on chapter 6, and then I accidentally unplugged it. See, my thing's really fragile. I can kick it, the desk gets on by accident, and the charger goes out. It's I fixed it a bit more lately. Anyway, I had a Slim, by the way, PS4 Slim. And it's the controller. I like the DualShock 4, mostly because of the light and the trackpad. Like before, you had all this stuff in the middle. The controllers are usually pretty blank. Biggest variation you had with controllers was whether it was quit or not. And that's pretty much it. Now it's got lights. You can also put stickers on it to get a different shapes with the light. Trackpad's actually useful in some games like Detroit Become Human. It's just so fun to use. This is why the PS4 is probably my favorite controller. PS1, the original, not the thumbsticks. When I was a kid, that was really fun. And if they never did this at the PS4, the original without thumbsticks, DualShock. It wasn't even called DualShock back then, was it? Whatever it was called for PS1, when I had it as a kid. I really liked that controller, but then they came out with that one. Okay, moving on. You'll see it when you get it, really. It's really, you'll see it. Okay, the biggest problem I had with including these on the list was because they're part of the PS4. Like, these are the PlayStation VR controllers, and I realize not a lot of people like these. I like the aim controller. I don't have it with me. It's getting repaired at PlayStation. Like, you send it back for repairs. The light thing came off, and there's like a chip in the lower. Anyway, it wasn't working right. It wasn't glowing. The light came off eventually. But these have never broken once, and I learned luckily I have a beanbag in my room, in my game room, because I used to not put on the strap, so I just do it like this. And anyway, I was playing super hot, and as I was throwing like an axe, I think, I threw this. It landed on a beanbag, but I started wearing straps after that. But a lot of people don't like these. I think most of the reason is because of this right here. It's because you can only move forward. It's like Skyrim VR, you can only move forward, and you have to move back to move back. Or I think there's a button to move back. I really forgot. Because I haven't played it in a while. But I have played Oculus Rift. That is also being repaired, not by Sony, of course, but it is being repaired. I filled an order form and I just sent it out yesterday. But I really like the Oculus controllers more. I'm being honest, because they have analog sticks that you can move around. Plus, you can play Blazing Sorcery on it, which is pretty damn easy. But you can turn around. So compared to the Oculus, I really don't like these. But before I got VR for my PC, where I can turn around and keep moving without it losing tracking, I really like these. The only problem I have with these is it's light tracking, which I'm pretty sure they're fixing, because they're talking about how they fix that with the next PSVR 2. And another thing I'm super excited about is there's supposed to be gloves for PSVR 2. Gloves. Just imagine reaching out and like grabbing a gun in like a super hot sequel or something, and just actually like pulling with your hands. I know they kind of have something like that, but I'm pretty sure it's an Oculus thing. I forgot what it was called. No, it was a Steam thing, wasn't it? Where like it's motion. It's like a controller with a strap that you can move your hands around, and there's like a little hand that you put on. Anyway, so I'm really excited about those gloves for PSVR 2. But until then, these things I like, because PSVR is a very inexpensive virtual reality setup. And it has some pretty good games too. My problem is, camera's up here, you turn around, and you're trying to shoot out here. It was tracking, because camera can't see the light. And there's honestly no, like, you could put it as high or as low or any direction you want. There's always going to be some angle you can't go to. Anyway, so these, the reason I had problems with putting them on the list was because of the PSVR. I thought, since it's technically meant for PS4, it's not really a type of controller for PS4. And yeah, I know, I probably would, if I had the PS1 with me, which I'm probably going to make a video about this, because I'm starting to like get all the PlayStations, you know. I have an Xbox 360 that right now my brother's using, so I can get a controller because it's sort of like a shared console. Okay. But these, I thought, you know, it's part of the PlayStation. And what I do another video, because I've started, like I said, I ordered the PS2. I'm going to order like a Blast from the Past bundle with the PS1, the one with Resident Evil 2 on it, as soon as I get enough money. I have a job at $20 a week. I sweep the pool for my, like, at my house, and that gets me $20 a week. It's a lot, I know, but it's really good for me. Anyway, then I'm probably going to get the PS3, mostly because I really want to play Red Dead Redemption again, the first one. PS2, I ordered Red Dead with Walker. Anyway, so from now on in any other videos, again, I'm going to do the same thing here where I'm going to also put in alternate controllers, like the DualShock controller for the PS1 that had analog sticks and the one that didn't. And if I ever get a Wii again, probably going to put in other types of controllers. But not the case like the Mario wheel case, because that's not a full controller. It's something you put a controller into. So those kinds of stuff are out. But like a PS3 controller or the PS1 controller and the one with analog stick, stuff like that will be included. But the reason I wanted to put this in is because the price of the PSVR is basically the price of any virtual reality setup, and those on PCs are technically separate from them. But yes, I'm going to add on the PSVR because the price of the PSVR is equivalent to that of just any console. Anyway, now we're moving on to the final one, which also you can see here, because PSVR took a very long time to cover. Yeah. Where do you go? If you do have a PC and a PS4, I recommend getting like an Oculus or HTC. Get a PSVR if you like the games on there, but again, if you have the PC and a PS4, try getting one for your PC first. And finally, the final thing, which is again, it's the Nintendo Switch, as you can see. Another thing that I had trouble deciding whether or not I wanted to put on this list, because look at it, it's part of the console, and I know there's, you can take them out, you can put them on things, which is one of the reasons why I decided to add it on, but for the most part, they are part of the console, and the thing that almost had me not include them on the list was the Switch Lite, because those you can't remove and are definitely part of the console. But again, they're called Joy-Cons, they're controllers, they're what you use to control, which is why I ended up adding them on this list. Now these, I'm not sure how I like them, mostly because of the way they're arranged. Like they have it where the A's over here, the B's over here, you know, different controllers. Same thing that they've had since, what was it, I can't remember what game, maybe the Wii U, so not that long ago, or the DS is when they first had its little control scheme. The thing that's had me confused a bit is some things make you press B to confirm, but then you go to other games, or just on the store, or just in general, they make you press the A button, which is really confusing. Why would he make some things press B to confirm, but make like almost everything else press A? It's very confusing for me. That's why I do not like these as much. But I cut it. But I feel like this is a very good console. It's basically all exclusives. It's basically the opposite of an Xbox, because it's just filled with exclusives. It's really fun. It's got the Legend of Zelda games. Link's Awakening came out sometime recently, I'm pretty sure. And anyway, actually before we leave, I'm going to mention what my favorite controller here right now would be. You're going to get and I'm going to give out a spoiler word. It's a Nintendo. You could probably guess just from what I've been saying about the Switch. So I'm going to go right into that. Alright, and as a reveal, my favorite controller that we've looked over today, PlayStation was a very close second, the PS4 DualShock, but ended up being, well, the GameCube controller. Mostly because if I had a PS2 with me right now, the PS2, again, I said I ordered, but I have one else that we just can't find it in the attic. If I had a PS2 right now, that'd probably have won it because of how many games that I played first on the PS2. I mean, Blood Money's one of them, but you can't find that anywhere. But this game, mostly because of the amount of games I still play on it. I feel like if I had a PS2, I'd play on it a lot still. But this, so far, is what I never lost. It's what I've had my entire life. And it's what I've played some of my favorite games on it, like Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, basically all the Legend of Zelda's on the GameCube are my favorite games. Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, one of my favorite games of all time, especially with, the beginning of him trying to get away from the agency. What else? A Call of Duty, what was it? It's not the big red one, is it? No, I think it's Finest Hour. That's what I play on it. So many games on the GameCube that really influenced my childhood, and it's such a cool thing. And that right now ends this video with GameCube being on top. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like or a comment if you want me to do another thing like this with the new consoles that I'm ordering. And have a good day.